Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Levi. I'm the founder of Dynamic. We help accountancy and financial firms work smarter and not harder. We leverage AI to automate processes, streamline workflows, and enhance client communication. This is the podcast, The Balance, and today I'm with a very special guest. Hanno, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here. Could you bring us with you? Tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for the intro, Levi. So yeah, I'm Hanno Coetzee. I'm from South Africa. Yeah, I started my accounting firm about 5 years ago. It was quite interesting in February of 2020. That was just before COVID hit. Decided to do my own thing. Yeah, it was just me, myself, and five of our clients. And we actually moved in with my father-in-law to start the practice out. We had this small room, and yeah, we hired our first employee, and we just started growing from there and growing the business. And now we are here 5 years later, and it's amazing to see that everything played out well. So yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. And you're based in South Africa. Can you tell us a little bit more about like the market there and how is it to be an accountant there? What's maybe different there than in other countries?
Yeah, so I think it's quite interesting to be in South Africa. I recently visited Italy last month and chatted to a client and the accountant there. And I think one of the major differences is obviously, I think, cultural. We are culturally very diverse in South Africa, and obviously, yeah, we focus on hiring young people that come through the market. So we are a very we only hire young people to keep it young and dynamic in this side. So it's a lot of our the employees that works here. It's one of their first jobs that they have in their family professionally. Um, so it's nice to see how they grow and adapt and to learn them the soft skills to be a successful accountant. And one of the major differences, I think there's a massive disconnect in what people are learning in varsity and school level and how it works in practice. Because, technology changes so quickly and the institutions don't catch on quick enough. I know that Zero has worked closely with the universities in South Africa to expose the students to cloud software and to
Hmm.
actually expose them that there's something like that. So it's quite nice, and as I said, it's a very diverse set of clients as well. We are a developing country, and there's a lot of opportunities. And I see it in our client base as well. You get anything from a design agency to people that import medical equipment from overseas, and yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. And your firm is called Digital CFO, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Is there a reason behind the name Digital CFO? You're doing everything online or?
Yeah, so digital CFO does actually, as every entrepreneur does, we think a lot about the next thing. And I actually drove in the car and thought about, what do companies need from an accounting perspective? And that's when the idea was hatched to become a digital CFO for small businesses that actually don't need or can afford a full-time CFO. So what is nice is we have a large spectrum of clients that we have a lot of exposure to, and we can use that combined knowledge and distill that to giving good advice to other clients. So for instance, if you develop a business model or a budgeting tool for one client that can help with the next client, and you can actually share those insights across. And I think the biggest thing is to be a digital CFO for a client is to try and add value with some insights into their business. And yeah, I think with the technology movement, and that's also one of the major things that changed in the accounting industry is that a lot of clients are doing their own bookkeeping because the software is getting easier to understand, it's getting automated. So the role as accountants has really changed. I mean, I did my articles 11 years ago, and we still used to punch numbers into a computer using a ruler and a bank statement. But now everything is being synced with your bank, it's being imported. AI learning. So there's a lot less time spent on processing and more time spent interpreting the data. And just to circle around to the CFO role, is that there's more time and need for clients to understand their numbers, because the processing is so quick. We actually have time to sit with our clients and say, listen, this is what your data needs.
Yeah. And with Digital CFO, what is like your vision? What is the real thing that you're working towards and trying to create?
Yeah, so for me, it started internally as internal vision when I set out my studies. I didn't know what I wanted to study. I wanted to study law initially, but then I got a good advice to say, you know, must go study that. Doesn't matter what the economy does, you still will have a job. Excuse me. And on that, I decided, you know, I want to understand how business works. And that's why I became an accountant. And my vision for that is to impart that knowledge to our clients, is to give them good insights into their business, on what's happening. I mean, every case is different, but it's so nice when I sit with a client and explain a concept or an idea with them, and a light goes on, and they're like, "Oh, this makes so much sense." And it's just to spread knowledge of understanding your business. And I think once the client prospers and can grow their business, the economy grows. So I think that's the whole reason I'm doing what I'm doing, is just to make people understand what they're busy with.
Yeah. Yeah. So the ideal situation, let's say in 5 years from now, where would you be?
Yeah, so at the moment we are still a small firm. We recently moved into our new premises in October. So that was quite a nice milestone for us. But in 5 years' time, you know, to grow a client book, have more trainee accountants come through. And we are also a registered training center that trains students straight out of varsity or out of school to become professional accountants. And the market is flooded with people that wants to join the industry. And it's nice to grow them as well and retain those staff in the firm. So in 5 years' time, we want to be 100 people working here, making a difference in the accounting sector.
Nice, nice. And obviously with going towards that goal, there must be some challenges and some obstacles that you're facing as well. Could you take us along in what that looks like for you? What is like some big challenges that you're facing?
Yeah, so that's a very good segue. I think with technology and everything out there, everything is replaceable. And we also we found that with human resources as well. People are quite quickly jumping ship to another firm or another job spec. So that has been quite a big challenge for us, is to get and retain good talent. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's a challenge, the human element. So we need to find a balance between using technology in the firm, because I mean we are digital forward, but there's a human element also needed to run the business as well. And yeah, another challenge for us is the rapid growth phase we are going through, is to make sure that we have the right systems and processes and policies in place to make sure that as you grow, it becomes more complicated. And as you go through the phases, it becomes more complex. So it's just to develop that in the correct way to make sure that our staff know what they're doing and that the clients know what the outcomes are at the end of the month. Yeah. So yeah, that's some of our key challenges.
Yeah. And in this podcast, we also, and we already talked about it a little bit as well, we also want to dive into like the future of accounting. Now
Yes.
with the growth of like social media, the growth of like AI, what is your vision on that? And how are you working with these technologies?
Yeah, so I think the buzzword of this year is AI. So I think it impacts a number of industries, especially bookkeeping. So I think there's obviously a lot of pros and cons relating to AI. So I mean, in our practice, we use it to up our efficiency. I think it also helps with to be more accurate. There's a lot of systems you can get in place to basically replace people, which is kind of bad. I mean, the role of a PA in accounting firm, there used to be a lot of roles in that regard, but now you have software that replaces that for you and can schedule your meetings and can run everything for you. And I think one of the other big trends is digitization. I think in South Africa, it's accelerating quite quickly now. We are migrating a lot of clients from traditional desktop-based systems to digitize that. So it helps with data integrity and security and all that. So that's definitely a massive thing. And also the ease of data sharing. There's a lot of software available for us to securely share data with clients and vice versa, which makes our job much easier and efficient. Back in the day, used to call it box audits. The client will come and walk into the office and literally drop a box full of papers and say, "Listen, here's all my bank statements and information. Capture it." And that will take a while. But now, these days, everything is digital and secure. And also, it makes the world a lot smaller. I
How
think
do you mean?
because we are considering expanding into Europe with the accounting firm as well. So the thinking behind that is to get some clients in Europe and do the work in South Africa. I mean, it's digitally based. We can have our meetings online. That's quite easy. And then just delegate the work through South Africa, and we have a tax specialist in, let's say, in Europe somewhere to deal with that. So the world is much smaller.
I understand. And if there was like one magic AI, what would it do for you? What would be ideal? What is like a task that you would really want AI to be doing that that's not possible yet?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. I think for us, one magic bullet would be for AI to identify errors and risks more easily for clients, and actually do a high level check on the data integrity that we are on the work that we're doing. Because I think that because there's a human element still in accounting, and it has a massive effect on the consistency of the way we manage data. So I think that would be amazing.
So next to social media, AI, and all these fastly growing technologies, what are like other key trends that you're looking into or that you're responding to right now with your firm as well?
Yeah, so that is also a very good question. So one of the big trends for us, just from a human level, just stepping away from technology for a moment, is that, as I said, clients are doing accounting themselves. So they are understanding the packages. It's becoming a lot more palatable for the clients. So are we preparing for that? Is that we're trying to find a balance as accountants to find a balance between being an advisor and give clients actually insight and be more supportive in their role, because in the recent for the past few clients, they say they are very comfortable with processing their own accounts. They just want our insight and reviews on their accounts, and then they're very happy with that. Where in the past it was very, we faced away from the client. They said, no, okay, we give you the information, you give us financials and a bit of feedback, and the time latency on that is usually quite long. So we're just adapting to shift into a different role as accountants. And yeah, with social media, it's quite interesting as well. I think there's a lot of information that can be shared a lot quicker. So let's say, just in my practice, we have got a lot of practitioners on a group chat where you can ask quick tax advice or compliance advice. I think there's about 500 or 600 members on there, and usually people can give quick insights there. So that's quite nice to have like a live forum on that, and that helps actually to shape other professionals as well. So that's also a big trend for us at the moment.
Okay. Okay, interesting. And for digital CFO, for your firm, this is something I'm very
Mm.
curious about.
Mm.
What is like important to you as like core values or things that really stand out in your business, and how does that show up in like the day-to-day operations?
Yeah. So yeah, we value our clients a lot, and to have to try and have a personal relationship with them. I think COVID has changed a lot of meetings to be digital. So we are trying to bring back the human factor in that. Bringing that through to the practice is we are working hybrid, but with some flexibility. So our staff has 1 day a week they can work from home, but the rest of the time we need that human connection. So this morning we had a nice breakfast for all of the staff that had birthdays, and just had a nice reconnect, and we sat around a table and just chatted. So we value that human interaction a lot, and that filters through my staff to the clients, and that's very important, because it's very easy to be disconnected because we have such a clinical job just looking at numbers and interpreting that. So we need to bring back the human factor. That's quite important for us. So yeah, that's a major one for us. And I think also one of the main core values for us is to work with integrity, because I know it's easy to give incorrect advice to clients. So just to do that with integrity. And another one for us is also to train people, not
Yeah.
only the juniors that work for us, but also our clients, to make them more financially literate. Because I mean, I tell my staff, accountants and clients speak the different languages.
Hmm.
We need to make sure that we get the message across correctly to our clients. If they have a technical question, not to give the feedback in a way that they can understand.
Hmm.
And it's also for us to bring new people into the market, because their training program with us is 3 years. And it's nice to see the people that leave here, that they're actually skilled and ready to make a difference in the market as well.
Yeah, I totally get that. Okay. Hanno, what is one piece of advice that you would give to entrepreneurs, CFOs, other accountants that are listening right now, if they want to like grow, innovate, change, make that next step?
Oh, okay. So it is much harder that you would expect to grow. It's much harder and it takes a lot longer. There's no silver bullet that will create explosive growth for your business, personally or professionally. I think there's a real misconception in how easy technology makes things for us, but we still need to put in the work. So, yeah, my advice would be that if you want to grow, surround yourself with people with the same mindset or that has gone through this growth process. For instance, if you're an accountant and you want to start your own practice, go and see a mentor. If you're a CFO and you're quite junior, get somebody that has been a CFO for a couple of years. If you're an entrepreneur, go chat with entrepreneurs. Because I think that the conception that we have for what it takes to be anybody professional,
Hmm.
there can be a disconnect. So to chat to somebody that has gone through it, there's some wisdom in that. And I think it will save you a lot of stress and pain in the future.
100%, 100%. Hanno, if people want to work with you or want to learn more from you or just like get in contact, where can they best find you?
Yeah, so we have a LinkedIn page. You can just go search me, Hanno Coetzee at Digital CFO. If you wish to contact me via email, can I mention my email is hanno at digitalcfo.co.za. Yeah, our website is www.digitalcfo.co.za. And there's a nice contact form there that you can fill in. And if you get a response from you, we will make contact as soon as possible.
Perfect, perfect. I'll make sure to also put all the links to your social media and the website in the description below. Hanno, thank you so
Perfect.
much for your time. It was really a valuable podcast. Really nice to know a little bit more about you, a little bit more about your firm, how you're running everything, and what you're working on, of course. Do you have any last words for the podcast?
Yeah, so I think it's amazing to some wisdom and chat to you as well. I think well, my hope is that some of you that listened will take some of the advice and implement it into your own work and life, and it will make a difference. And I mean, if we all work together, the world will do better.
Percent. Again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was a good podcast. And for the ladies and
Awesome.
gentlemen that are listening at home, thank you for listening. My name is Levi, and this was The Balance.